Hi guys, and welcome back. We've come to do part, what is it now, 5 on the Fairy Celebrations, Klara Markova. And you'll notice a little bit of difference here. I went ahead and did the painting on the back, and we used the Folk Art matte acrylic paint in pure black. It has a number on there. I don't know. I have not been able to find this particular paint at any stores lately, but it's just a black matte paint, and that's what we used in the background. And I just painted it on with a little paintbrush, then went around, and the antennas I had to paint over because they were black and you weren't going to see them on black anyway, so I'm going to put them back on in white along with their little feet up there. And I did make a little line down here to where I could follow the ground, and all I did was take it's not the right one, this one, 0.05, and I used the Staedtler pigment liner and just went around and kind of mimicked the little lines that they had down in here up in this area all the way across. So then I painted down to that line. I also did a little bit of work here on this little guy, so we're going to have to add some coloring to him. This little snail over here has got this nice little foot that comes down, and he was just kind of rounded here on the end. I kind of wanted to give him the same look, just for cohesion. So I put a little tiny foot on the front right there, and then I put a little, what we call it, the tail part of his bottom of the snail is called a foot. So so I'm going to have to color that in the same colors and add the little dots down here. No big deal, my choice, so you don't have to do that, but that's what I'm going to do. We have to decide on the grass, the flowers, the ribbon, his belt. The color for these I was going to do in kind of a black color, but I'm deciding I may make them something else. And I have to do the tassels and the little lightning bugs, which I am going to do with a little bit of I started to find out what color would work well on him. I thought Sunburst would, but I went with Lemonade. So Lemonade is a Black Widow number, and we just started coloring in his tummy, and I thought that was a nice bright color. But I might go in with some of the Starburst there too. We're also going to bring some of this glow out into the black, so I have to see how I'm going to do that. So what we're going to do is start off with the little lightning bugs, why not? And I'll move the camera down and we will get to it. Okay, we're going to work on these two little guys first. I know there's a tiny bit of yellow pencil out here, but I'm not going to worry about that yet. I'm going to, I guess I should show you the pencil first. Burgundy. Yeah, my hand has got little spots all over it. I just sharpened the pencil. So I'm just going to put a little burgundy. I'm bringing up the color from the bottom of the page and just touch those wings a little bit. Okay, then we're going to bring in blush and just touch the burgundy and bring it down into the face here and a little more into the wing. And kind of bring it right into that yellow that I already put down. It's such a tiny little guy. You got to make sure your pencils are pretty sharp. Back in with the burgundy. Put a little shadow under this wing here. Okay, then we're going to bring in a little bit of blue. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera. So that's blue heaven, whichever way you prefer to say it. Put it right on the tip up here. All these little guys are going to be done the same. Darkest up at the tip up here, and then just kind of very softly bring it down into the wing. So it almost touches the pink. Then we're going to bring in my Prisma white. And we're just going to go in between the two colors of the blue and the pink. And a little of that up here by his nose. I know he really doesn't have a nose, but then we're going to add a little white out here around his glow, because I know the white will work really good. So just really fluffy. And then we can add yellow on top of that. So we're going to use the lemonade. Just go over the white. Put out a little bit more. Very lightly. We just kind of want this to look like a glow around the lightning bug. And then it'll fade out. We're also going to put a little of this over here on our light or our glass jar because it would reflect in here. Okay. Going to put a little down here on his instrument. And his knuckles here. Little pinky, because this should glow around there too. Just add a little bit more on him and just give him a nice little glow. And if you think it's too bright or anything, I kind of like that look. We're going to, if you think it's too bright, just add a little black and fluff it up or defluff it, whichever one you want to call it. You can also use midnight. I'll show you how that would work. See, if you didn't like all that fluff coming down, you could just bring up some of that midnight and reshape the fluff a little bit. Up to you how much you want to put on. You can always, if you don't like it at all, just go back over it with the black acrylic paint. I'm going to shake up my Posca pen because we are going to add on his little legs and his antenna back. Okay, they're a little tiny. Ones that come up. And then I can see a little dot here, and that's where his feet go. And I think he had 3 little feet here. 2 on the top and then 1 on the bottom. I think that looks good and cute. And we're going to add a few of those little dots down here. Hope we're working. I need you to work, pen. Got a lot of dots to do on this page. Okay, I'm going to stick some little dots down there. I'm going to do the rest of the little guys the same way. see. I don't want to quite do that yet. Looks like I got a little bit of dust in there. I'm just using a black ink pen to sharpen that. Touch up in little spots that I missed there. Okay, so that's what they'll look like when they're done. Let's see what else we can. I'm not going to do the tops yet until I figure out the flowers. So we're going to up the camera a little bit. He looks kind of cute there, doesn't he? And we brought the pink up from down here. So that'll look good. And all of those little guys will be done that way. I have to do this leaf over here, the grass down here. And until I do those flowers, that candy isn't getting colored either. Okay, so I kind of like the 3 in pink here. So I'm going to do the bow here in the same colors. So we're going to get the burgundy out. He's got a ribbon that comes around, or she has a ribbon that comes around her waist. So we'll add the pink or the burgundy in where the darkest lines are here. And then kind of bring it out a little bit. Into the bow. Looks like it's a double bow back here. Just putting it where all the little dots are. The shadowing spots, and then pull some down through here. Following the lines that she has laid down. This is an up, so we want to kind of keep the dark in the lower sections. Up will be hit by the light, so we want it the lightest. Okay, bring in the, not the delicious pink, we want blush. Where's the blush? There we go, the blush. And we're just going to add it in. I'm going to put heavy pressure here because we do have green that went on to the sash a little bit. Here it's not so important because we actually got pink on here. So this just kind of helps blur it up a little bit. And we'll put the pink inside the bow loops. And then pull it out into the bow. Okay, gonna leave a little bit of white there, and we're gonna go in with the Prisma white. Just kind of go over it a little bit where you want the white to stand out a little bit more. And there's is our bow, so at least we've got now 3 points of the same color combination, and the 3 points being the face and wing portion of that little bug, which there'll be 3 of, the ribbon here, and then we have got her wings, her jammies, and the candy. Kind of boom, 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 bringing it all up. So, that might look kind of cute on those little glass things too. That's a thought. Why don't we try it out? See what it looks like. Okay. So the tassels, we'll just pull some of that up into there. Then we'll bring in the blush. And we'll do the same thing at the top. And the blush. A little space for white. Well, it's not bad. Maybe we'll do every other one a color. So that would give us 3 pink up here and then 2 some other color. Don't know. Probably do them all pink. So let's skip down to, I've got to do these leaves. I forgot about those last night. So that was lime fruit that we put on first. Really hard to get that one. And then it was, what was it? Is it grass green? I don't think it was grass green. Well, we're going to do it with grass green. Make it a little darker than the other ones, but that's okay. So how are you all doing? We have a beautiful day here today. I'm going to go for a walk later. I mean, it's cold as all get out, but the sun's shining and it looks really pretty out. So I'll take a nice little walk up here. I like walking by the river, but it's not safe right now. We have flood warnings. It's up really high and you don't want to mess with that when you're walking. Okay, then we bring in the Did I bring in Cobra? Oh, we're going to bring in Cobra because it sounds nice. Give us a nice color here. It's a little different from the other leaves anyway, so. Okay. Bring in some of the lemonade here, just because we're really close to this light here. I want to bring in some of that. Touching the tips. Okay. Trying to look for one more color in there. Don't want to mess with these colors though. Ah. Olive brown. We're just going to touch those right in the corner here. All right. I think I'll do the grass down here. We're going to kind of do it with a little bit of inking. So we have Shabby Shutters and crushed olive, and a small little makeup brush thing. And between these colors, I don't want to leave that on the picture. Let's see what I got here. Put my rag up here, just so you guys know what color I'm using. And after I get down and pick up the brush I just threw on the floor. Prepared this morning, aren't I? Okay, we're going to take a little of, I have a cat. I got cat hair all over this. We're going to pick up a little of the Shabby Shutters, and we're just going to brush it. Can you see the bottom of the page? Probably not. I wanted you to see all of it, so scoot those down a little bit. We're just going to brush it onto the page, hopefully. And I'm going to use, I just have more control over the little dauber things. Hold on a minute. Okay, so I got a green pad, and we're going to ink just the portion that is from here up. So I'm holding it at an angle and just touching that to the pad so I know where my ink is and how I can lay it down. And using it like a drawing tool, I'm going around the edges. And then pulling it down. So always on this side, go up to the edge, and then pull it away from it. Don't want to turn her feet green. So I go around them. Stay away from the candies. And just go across. Kind of stay away from the flower too. We're not sure what color we want that yet. And over here to the edge, I just colored that flower. We're going to go in a little bit here because there is grass going into the back of that. Well, since I got that one green, it doesn't matter if I get that one a little green. We need to go up here. Try not to get into her wing or that candy. There's a little tidbit of it right there. A little in here. Okay. Now we're going to go into the crushed olive and add that here and there. It's just a little different color, so our grass doesn't look so uniform. There we go. We're also going to go over that in pencil, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But that kind of gives us our base of green. We have to let that dry, and we will be back. Alright, it should be dry down here now. We're going to use a few colors in the grass. I'm going to turn them around so you can read them. And I have them going the right way, so you actually could read them. Okay, from the skin tone, it's olive brown, scorpion grass green, scorpion olive green, scorpion lime fruit, and the skin in sunburst, which will add a little bit of the yellow down in here too. So we have some nice darker colors to add visual interest down here. We're going to start with the olive brown, and we're going to just kind of throw it in where the shadows are or where I think a little brown might be needed. This is bringing some of that brown down into the grass. It won't be brown grass, but I mean, it'll give you that illusion of the color down here. So this is just kind of picking and choosing some spots to put it in. Kind of adding some shadows in there too. And don't forget to go in here because this is glass. We have a bit of the candy coming through. But we want some of that to mention in here too. Now it gets tricky because some of this is the bottom of the container. So you just have to look for your lines. Okay. Gonna have to go over that Posca a little bit because we did get some green on there. Kind of putting it dark shadows near anything I want to look like it's laying down in the grass, not laying on top of the grass. Okay, next color that we're going to bring in is the olive green. I'm going to kind of go over the areas that we just went over. Add a little green into it so it's not so brown. Okay, we're going to bring in a little bit of the grass green. Do the same thing. going to bring in the lime fruit. And the last color we're going to bring in is the Sunburst. This is just going to brighten up some areas. We want touching the top and blend nicely with everything else. Any light that's coming out, you just kind of bring it out into the other areas where it should be shining. So you get that nice glow on those things too. Excuse me. I'm going to get the tip of this too. Okay, we're going to bring in a little cobra. Move these pencils out of my way. Kind of going to go over a few of the darker areas again, kind of get those blended in just a little bit better. I might add some darker brown under her tummy there. Just trying to Add a little more definition behind things so it doesn't look like one sheet of grass. Let's see, darker would be a brown of some sort. Oh heck, we're going to throw a little cinnamon in here. Sorry, cinnamon. Kind of put it here and there. I want to leave the bottom kind of light, so this is just a light pressure on this. If I get into here and I want to put a little bit of that color in, I'll put that in heavier here. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. Spend days on it. I did finish the little guys up here while the grass is drying, so I did go ahead and do pink all the way across the top, and I finished the other two little bugs. Just wanted to let you know that. We've got the leaves to go, so why don't we do those? I still haven't figured out these yet. I'll get there. So basically these leaves are going to be done the same coloring. I know they're different leaves, but since they stand up and they're basically the same leaves, these two are, so I'm going to do this one the same color, not to make it look too different. And we are going to go in with greens, so I want it kind of dark underneath him because he's sitting on the leaf. So we're going to go in with a darker color to begin with. So olive brown. And we're going to put it in these areas that have the little dark dots. Underneath his leg, his foot would weigh not as much as his backside will, but he's kind of a plump dude, so under his tummy is going to be dark. But we will put the shadows down. Do you see that? Do you see that? And nobody said anything. Gosh. Sorry, a phone call came in, but nobody told me that there's a teeny tiny bit of a leg here. And I'm trying to remember what colors I colored the frog in, and gotta put a color in his leg. Let's see. Well, I know he's green. I just don't know what color I used as the darkest green here. So I'll throw a little toxic green on this side. Throw in a little brown bug. I'm trying to get it to about the color of the knee over here. No idea. A little turquoise. So we'll add a little turquoise over here. kind of hoping that they will match a little bit. Throw a little turquoise over here. A little up here on his arm too, why not? Okay, now a little olive brown, maybe mix that in there. Let's see. A little olive brown in there too. I'm going to make a line there with the pen because I can't see it terribly well. So we're just going to make the leg go up like that. And that looks good. Enough. Okay, back to the leaf. Okay. The olive brown is what I'm using here. Just to go under everything. Okay, that should be good enough for shadowing here. Looks like something's taking big bites out of their leaves. We're going to do the same thing with the snail up here. I'm also going to take, I'll start off with the cinnamon. I forgot to do his little tail here. Just going to bring it down. Like that. Bring in some blush. I don't know if you can read that. I can stick my hand back there. Blush. Do this little part here. Tiny bit of the burgundy. Okay. Then we're going to bring in the Posca. And there we go. Now, we'll skip going under him right now because he's a little wet. We'll go up to this guy over here. And we'll put the shadowing under him. Same olive brown. And we're going to put some of that in this little curl thingy here too. It's gonna get some of that. It's where the darkest spots would be. And it's going to go up into this leaf. Okay, the Shamrock should be dry. I'm going to go back over here and put the shadows under him. Okay, underneath, I don't know what you want to call these, where they've torn through the leaf to tie the lantern up with. We want to make that as dark as we can, because that would be a bruise or a tear in the leaf. I don't mind if I go over the little pull tie thingies. They're going to be done in white Posca paint, or not Posca paint. Excuse me, acrylic paint. So we're going to take a little cinnamon too, and we're going to go under there and just darken that up. Okay. Now we're going to get a green going. What green do we want? No, that's too bright. That's too bright. Didn't I have a dark green out here? Nope. That one could work. I have to go through all the greens on my desk. I'm so sorry. That one could work. Those are blues. Okay, I guess we've got two dark greens, which means I may have to bring out another green. No, that's bluish green. Well, maybe we can go with the two I've got and then add a highlight to it. So I have a green grass and olive green. The green grass is going to be a brighter color, and I'm going to tone it down with the olive green. So the leaf comes up and spills out on both sides of the vein, so the coloring will go that way and this way. So I gotta kind of, I'm gonna work on the side of the pencil. We'll keep it lighter and going in the right direction if I keep my pencil going that way. It's a big leaf. If I tried to do this with a tip, I would probably have little crazy points all over the place. I'll probably get them this way too, but they'll be easier to clean up. Okay. And then this way. Okay. All right. We're going to take, this is a very scratchy pencil for some reason. I'm going to try to wear down some of that tip. There we go. bring in the olive green. I'm just putting in like where I would think a vein would come in from the stem line to give it some texture on there. I have to turn the book. So do the same thing on this side, and I don't want to go in the same area, so I don't want to go straight up from here. I kind of want to get it back a little further. Okay, I'm going to turn the book even more so I can get going on this side. We're going to go down the vine too and bring some of that down. Okay, turn the book all the way around again. Sorry. So we're going to bring in the olive brown again, and we're just going to darken up that little area a little bit, just around in here. There. I'm going to bring a little of that cinnamon in. Do the same thing. I want to bring that color in. I'm going to bring a little suede in. I'm going to see how that looks. Kind of putting a harder pressure on that. It's kind of a nice soft blender. Okay, then we're going to bring in a new one, Grub Green. There's going to be many layers to this leaf. Put some of that in the vine too. Okay. What else do we have in Greenville? I'll bring in a little white. I know she's small. Just going to bring it in under those lines I made just to make them stand out a little more. Okay, like I said, all of these leaves are going to be done the same way, so bringing in a little gold. Don't exactly know what it'll do, but I'm going to bring it in anyway. Add a little of that over here into the lights too. Pretty color. Maybe a little down here. Okay. We're going to bring in the Posca. And a Q-tip. And hopefully this will work. Okay, I want this to be a little lighter here, and we're just gonna blend the edge off of that. Okay, then I'm going to find the Huntsman, which is a dark brown. Should just pause it so you don't have to listen to all the pencils go thump, thump, thump on my desk. Opal Green was a dark color I used. Thump, 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 thump. Forest is also a dark color. Didn't see these before. Well, I was searching my desk. There's also an olive, charcoal olive. It's going to be the last pencil I pick up, I bet. Or I just won't find it. Or maybe I'll use mud skin tone. I want this darker. I don't want it so light. Reddish color. Okay, charcoal green. We'll bring in a little opal green too. Okay, last color is a forest green. Okay, boom, leaf. So I don't know how long that exactly took, 28 minutes to do one leaf. So obviously I'm not going to do all of the leaves, but they'll all be done the same way. Oh boy. So I'm going to skip the other two leaves for now. We got to get the little lanterns done. They're all going to be done the same way. So we're going to start off with a light color and then go into kind of a dark. I'd like to make them black, but I don't think black would work too terribly up here, too terribly well. So I'm going to just move it down. We're going to do one of these little guys over here. This is Suede, which we used up above. And I'm going to put that in there, close to the edge where all that black is. And then we'll shadow all of this with maybe some black on the inside here. Or dark brown, depends. So we're going to do them all the same way. So since I'm starting with this color, I will put it on all of them, even the one you can't see over here. Okay. One of the things I don't want to miss is I'm not going to be coloring these because that's the light source that's coming out, or the air holes that they put in, so they have to have a little glow on them. I'll do that when I sharpen that pencil. Okay, let's see. I don't want them green, obviously. That'll just blend in with everything. But we can put, this is charcoal green. We'll throw a little of that in there. I think that's a pretty color. Interesting. So we're just going to go around. I like this color. Maybe we'll make them really dark green. Just a heavier pressure just to get a little more of that color down on there. Yeah, I like those two colors together. Okay, where did the suede go? Bring a little bit more of that in. And I know I have a black color out here, so I can't find it. We're going with Black Widow, which is black. I'm going to add a little bit. That to the back bottom corner here. Okay, I liking that. So we're going to do that. Putting down the black first this time. Okay, then going in with the charcoal green. And then in with the suede. Okay, and I'll sharpen that Sunburst here to move the book a little bit, and then I'll show you the little holes we have here. We're going to glow that color from the light source coming through here. Okay, we're going to add a little, I don't know, an orange color to that too, so carrot. Gonna have that glow a little bit more on this side. Throw a little carrot up there too. and then the candle we're going to do in, we have here a light mocha. Put that all over it. And bring in some olive brown. Add it here and there, like drips coming down. And we're going to add a little bit of blue. I don't like it when my desk gets clean. To the center of the flame. And then a little bit of the orange. A little bit of red. And then the yellow. I'll use lemonade. Then we can add a little bit of the Posca. Let that dry and we'll add a little color to that. The blue was just a little too much, I think. I think I'll skip the blue out of the rest of it. But that's how those will be done. I'm trying to finish this up so we can just only have 5 parts to this video. Flowers. We need to bring a little bit of the blue in here, so we're going to use some forget-me-not and do these little ones. Okay, we had a different blue out here. See if I can't find it again. Galaxy blue. Just the center. Okay, tulips we're going to do in the burgundy. It's mud. Well, we're using mud on these because I've already done 4 or 3. Then we'll throw some burgundy in it. I think that's should have been black. Burgundy, 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 burgundy. Burgundy on top of the mud. Could be a happy mistake, right? Yeah. Happy mistake. Okay. I've got green leaves, so do I have a green out here I didn't use? Thought I did. A bright green, a brightish green. What about this one? Irish green. Okay, I did the bright green and all the little leaves it cut off, so that's all I did there. We need to get his little flower done here, and the little candy, and then I'm going to have to call the video. It's at 120 something right now. All I'm going to do after I color in this little flower, the candy's going to be done the same way. The little candy labels all have pieces of fruit. So the strawberry, the cherry, and the heart here, down here, are all going to be colored the same way. We're going to just do them with the burgundy, since our strawberry is a red fruit, the cherry is a red fruit. They're just going to be done with that, and a little bit of the blush, if we can find the blush anywhere on my desk. Well, how about if we go in with the pretty pink instead? So we'll do pretty pink in there. Make them stand out a little bit more. So basically all the same way. And we need a little green leaf here. That's the Irish green. You can use any green. I'll throw a little turquoise in it too for fun. There. All right. What else do we need to do? We need to do this flower. How about if I surprise you? All the daisies need to be done too. Critters. The center of the daisies. Since I have colored over these with the green down here, we're just going to do the one up on the snail shell. So we'll do the center. This is carrot. So we're going to add some carrot in there. And some sunburst. And some, I'm looking for a brown, the cinnamon. Okay. The daisy itself. This picture is getting a little, let's see, what color is this? We're going to put a little Murk on the daisy petals. Bring that in a little from the edge, since we have a nice brown shadow going on over here. leaving the center of those white, and we're just gonna clean off our little white Prismacolor here and add a little white in the center. I think that looks kind of cute. Gives it some shadow, gives it a color. I will have to be doing a little more work on the ones on the bottom, just because they're already colored basically. So I'll bring in the Murk, see if we can't darken just the edges there. Okay, the yellow, the carrot, and the cinnamon. Not cinnamon. Where's cinnamon? Cinnamon. Put a little cinnamon on these in the bottom. They're a little darker down here. And then just go in with the white. So they'll look like daisies down there too. Okay, let's see. We'll do this flower and this candy in kind of that color we did up there. What did we have? We used brown. Gotta find it. What was it? Hold on. Okay, for somehow I did not film coloring in the little shamrock. All I used was Irish green, a little bit of the mud to go down in the darker corners, and some white to add in a little bit of shine in the center. So you just kind of make a V with the white and come down the center of the shamrock. That's what I made it. It could be a flower. I did the same thing down here as I used the Murk on top of the mud, made a brown candy, and I went around into the label areas. I'm just going to darken some corners while I'm here, and put some of the Murk in that to make it look more like a label. Okay, so everything else, we got the flowers, because I did the flowers. That was cut on camera. Boom, 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 boom. I have a few more flowers to do. I've got the rest of the candles to do. I'm going to do that off camera. And then I am going to add probably a few more of the Posca dotting here and there. I noticed this candy does not have a little ruffle on this side, so I'm probably going to add one underneath that. Let's see what else I do. I'm going to put a splatter on the back of this so I can put little stars in the night. So I will get a picture of that at the end of the video and pop it in. I want to thank you guys for watching. I know this was a long 5-part, I'm going to call it a series, because that's what it ended up being. So all the little extra details you will see in the finished picture at the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry it was so long. So thanks for liking, subscribing, and ringing the little bell for notifications. I really appreciate all your support that you guys have given me. Without you, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, so I really appreciate it. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now. Take care.